In this video, I will be demonstrating the 22 millimeter dome rivet for the hand press machine. Now, here is the rivet itself, and as you can see, it's quite domey, quite exaggerated, the rivet, and you would set it just like you do any other rivet. Here is the die before me. Now, first what you would do, like with all rivets, is you would make your holes first. So I have my hole punch die right here, and what you would do is put the top part of the hole punch die, the sharp part, into the top of the machine, and then take your riser, slide it around the bottom die, and then into the machine. And I've had questions about how to evenly space the rivets so they look equal, and I have a really great tip for that. Now, either you can get these peel and stick tape measures at your local craft stores, or I made a really fantastic grid out of cardboard, and as you can see, the bottom part is the grid, and it would fold over, and you can easily glide it along your projects, and you have the holes, the center mark. So I'm just going to demonstrate that right now. What I would be doing is, it's always very important to line it up, and the grid on this part really does help. So I'm just going to make sure my line is even with my center point, and then I'm just using a Sharpie, and I'm going to make my holes and then guide it along. And you can do that quite a few times, and then you would have your markings for making your holes. So what I'm going to do is now get my machine with my hole punch die, and I'm going to make my holes. And this is a very important tip I have. Now, underneath your handle is your stop screw. Very, very important when using your hole punch die. Make sure that stop screw is down so it does not stop your handle before the machine can actually punch the hole through your material. So I'm just going to make a few of my holes. Very easy, and you have the perfect size holes for your rivet posts. So now in this machine I have my 22 millimeter dome die, and now prior to setting the rivet, I would like you to take a look at the stop screw. When setting rivets, you really want to get a feel for how far down the handle needs to go. So what I always do is I start with my screw all the way up, my stop screw all the way up, just opposite of what I was doing with the hole punch die to where it would need to be all the way down. So I have my stop screw all the way up, and as you can see, just before we set anything, it will stop the handle. And this is great because if you're doing a lot of rivets and you're doing them on the same project, it will stop the handle at the same spot every time. So start off with the stop screw all the way up, and then what you do is, as you can see, the bottom die is in the 22 millimeter dome shape. So the dome shape would be would sit nicely into the bottom of the die, and the top of the die will actually be punching and setting your post, your rivet. So what I'm going to do is just place my post through my holes that I made, and you'd be working opposite your material. You know, the actual rivet shape would go on the bottom. So what I do is then I put my cap or my dome shape on top of the post, and then putting it into my machine like so. And now I just want to show you, when you start off by setting these rivets, just a little bit of pressure at a time. Now you just set the rivet, check to see if you would like it a little bit tighter, which I do. I'm going to put my stop screw down a little bit further, and then I'm going to just set it again. Now I'm going to see how tight my rivet, if it's the tightness that I'd like the rivet to, if it's nice and secure, then there I have it. And the great part of the stop screw is it was in the same spot, so I can use it throughout my entire project. And I'm just going to set another rivet, so with my stop screw in the same spot. And this is, you know, a great tip for someone who's doing a lot of the same rivets on the same project, so you always have your screw in the same spot. So I'm just going in the same manner as I did before, and my stop screw will stop at the same time every time. And this is just something you can familiarize yourself with by practicing a little bit prior to going into your project. Just practice with the stop screw. It's a great function to have. And as you can see, I have nice evenly spaced rivets that I used my grid to space out. And also the stop screw is a great function for rivets, to really familiarize yourself with it, and to be able to stop the handle the same spot every time, so you get that nice perfect tight set through all your rivets that you're using on your project. The machine, the dies, or we have many interchangeable dies, they're all available at Minkus Margo on eBay and Etsy. Thank you for watching.